Okay, let me tell you a story. One day I was just a mustard guy. Well, I wouldn't really say I was a mustard man. I just seem to associate with this now. But, I was just a normal guy, and I came across the mustard town. And look, I'm not the biggest fan of mustard, but, I could go for some mustard every once in a while. So, I went into the mustard town, and seemed pretty normal. I mean, the mustard town was pretty nice. Everyone got along, and it was a pretty cool mustard town. And anyway, I decided to check out one of the mustard shops. So I went on into the mustard shop, and there was a 7-foot mustard man there. I asked him his name, and he said, "I'm the mustard man." So I guess he was, he's the mustard man. So, knowing that he was the mustard man, of course I do what anyone did. I slapped him in the face. Now, you're probably wondering why I slapped the mustard man himself in the face. Well, if you're wondering why, it's because, honestly, I don't care. I thought it would have been funny. He didn't find it that funny. He started to chase me, and he grabbed me and threw me against the wall, and I bled everywhere. But that's okay, because I got up, tore out his mustard vein, and mustard sprayed everywhere, and now he's bleeding all over the convenience store, or whatever the hell this mustard shop is. So yeah, the mustard man's currently dying, but you know what? That's okay. I don't really care. So, actually, no, he got up, and then he started chasing me. So he chased me out of the store, and they fell on the ground, and he started beating the bloody pulp out of me. But then I saw the ketchup man, so called him over, and then they started fighting, and it was pretty funny. But then I saw a mayo man, and look, I like mayo, but I tore both his arms off, both his legs off, and I ground up his feet and made him eat his own feet. Yeah, I know, might sound a little mean, but at the time I thought it was pretty funny. Well, after that, the mayo man wasn't doing very good, so I started whipping him, and then I threw him at them, and then I stabbed a branch into his eye, and then I just poured salt into his eyes, and then his eyes exploded into a mayo burst, and yeah, we have no more mayo man. Yeah, so, but then the relish man came along, and you know how the relish man is. He's just always this big old relish man. I think he's so awesome. Anyway, he came along, and as mustard man and ketchup man were fighting, he tried to break up the fight. Unfortunately, we're heard over this huge intercom as the sky turned red. "I am God, fear me, you feeble weaklings." I didn't know what that meant, but I thought it was pretty stupid. So what did I do? I looked for the source, and it was this big, weird, stick-looking dude. He had weird, grotesque eyes and a grotesque mouth. Looked really ugly. Whatever, he couldn't be God. Anyway, he started sending nukes down, and he blew the ketchup man to smithereens. And the relish man, he feared no better. He was not doing good. He was just a mess of relish, sauerkraut, and I don't know what he was. You know what the hell relish is. I hate relish, yeah. Oh, whatever. Back on track. He tried to kidnap the mustard man, but I managed to protect the mustard man without slapping him 32 times. Again, of course. Anyway, this I am God guy revealed himself as Mustard Boy. You know what I fear about people that call themselves boy? Oh, stupid people. Anyway, so I ran up to his headquarters, and I found the Mustard Boy there. He challenged me to duel to the death. He picked mustard, I picked ketchup. As he brought the ketchup man back to life, I brought the mustard man back to life somehow. Honestly, I don't even really know how it happened. Anyway, they went at war. They started slapping each other, and we started beating each other up. I took a branch and shoved it into his eye. He tried to throw poop on me, but then I slammed his jugular in with a stick. Then he bled everywhere, and it was pretty fun. So yeah, after that, we decided to Mustard Man was the winner. I think that's how it went. I don't know. Whatever. I don't even care at this point. But yeah, they all decided that he was the winner. So, except he didn't. He launched a nuke at me, and he blew up, and I died. And anyway, now I'm up in heaven at the moment. But it's okay, because I'm gonna get the revenge on the Mustard Boy. So I asked God if he could just, let me go down for a few minutes. Yeah, he said yes. He said he doesn't really care. So he let me go down. I stood there with my little hat and a bee on it. I was ready. I went back to the mustard town. And yeah, he was God. He had mustard slaves. He was whipping the mustard's ass. And the mustard, I don't know if they liked it, but you know how mustard is. So, yeah, anyway, I found the mustard boy and I confronted him. I'm like, dude, what the hell? Why do you have mustard slaves and why are you whipping their ass? And he's like, I am the mustard boy. I am colorblind for my mustard. And like, just goes on and on about mustard and mustard. I don't really care. Ketchup is better anyway. So I grabbed his leg and I tore it off of him and he started screaming and flailing everywhere. And the mustard slaves came out and shot mustard on me. So I whipped their asses as well. I'm pretty sure they liked it, so it wasn't really fun. But then I cut them open and drank all the mustard. So yeah, they're not alive anymore. Anyway, I ran up to the mustard boy after he just tried to run off with his non-leg, but he grew it back with mustard anyway. So guess that was completely useless. But after I caught up with him, I just, did the usual. I slammed him into a garage door. I threw a trampoline on him, down with a branch a couple times, and I tore each of his index fingers, then the middle finger, then the thumb finger. Is that even a finger? It's not even a finger. I really don't know anymore. Yeah, so I did that, and, he didn't like it very much, but he grew it all back with mustard anyway, so I don't even know what the point of that was. But, he started chasing me again, so I threw a playground at him and it exploded on him, and he started screaming and wailing, and he generated some mustard fountains, and I didn't fare very well with the mustard fountains. He drowned me in mustard, and I died again. But I asked God if I could go back down second time, maybe second time's a charm, and so, I went down, and found him again, started beating him, I slapped him, threw a rock at his head, shoved him in a window, threw him at a car door, threw a canoe at him, drowned him in the mustard lake, threw 42 swing sets at him, threw a door at him, all that good stuff. Then I threw a bowling pin, bowling ball, what else did I throw? I threw a pile of dirt at him, 12-pound bowling ball, all that good stuff. Well, anyway, the mustard man didn't like that, or should I say mustard boy? I keep getting confused. So we threw a chimney at my head and I flew, and yeah, that wasn't very fun. But then I grabbed a destroyed rake and started beating him with it. And is anyone even still listening to the song at this point? How far are we in? 7 minutes. Okay, that's cool. Well, anyway, I took another tree and slammed it into him. I took an American flag, slammed it into him. He tried to take a mustard flag and beat me with it, but it didn't work. But I just took probably the dinosaur costume and threw it at him. So it was really defective, and he took a mustard pocket knife and mustard me away. So yep, now I'm back up in heaven. But third time's a charm, right? So God let me go back down. I found the mustard boy, and I was like, this is over. You've killed me 3 times. I'm not going to stand for this anymore. And he's like, oh, yeah? Well, make me. And I was like, what the hell does that even mean? He's like, I don't know what that means. Well, should we get to fight it now? I'm like, yeah, we should definitely get to fight it. So I grabbed the son, threw it at him, burned him alive. He's dead. But God gave him a second chance. Or maybe the devil gave him a second chance. I don't know. But whatever. I threw a bucket at his head, threw a pole at his head, threw another trampoline, put him in a pool, full of mustard, of course. He didn't like that. So we summoned back the mustard man and the ketchup man, and we started having them just sort out all the problems, I guess, but whatever. And then I took a boat, threw it at him, dissolved in mustard. Didn't do very much, but yeah, whatever. And then what did I do next? What did I do next? Let's see. There was the mustard. Yeah, the mustard man. Oh, yeah. So they started beating each other up. Mustard man, mustard boy, whatever you want to call him. Big mustard man. Looks like a mustard. So beating up the ketchup man. Oh, but it didn't matter because the ketchup man won. Yeah, he slit the mustard man's throat, and I was like, "This is enough, mustard boy. You are no god. I will defeat you." And more than like defeat, like I was gonna cut his feet off, but you know what I mean. Whatever. So I threw him into a thorn bush, stomped him into the ground, and finally, this guy came and he said that he's the real god. He didn't look like the god in heaven, but he said he was the real god of the mustard land. So anyway, he burned him in hell and burned him, and he burned him, and he burned him, and he burned him, and his skin tore off, and yeah, he didn't look very good. Yeah. So, oh well, too bad to him. But, you know, it's okay. Because then I got the mustard token. But it didn't matter because the mustard boy came back. He started beating me up, so I threw a rock at his head, and then I threw a boat in his head, then I threw a climbing wall at his head, then I threw a tree outside his head, then I threw a my lunchbox at his head. Then I threw, washing machine, tractor, bulldozer, bush, another boat, 3 more boats, 4 shovels at him. You know how it goes. Well, anyway, in the end, the mustard boy died, and he was no longer God, as the lettuce man was now God, I guess. But didn't matter because I tore him to shreds. But then the relish man became God, but that didn't matter because I tore him to shreds. And anyway, I got arrested by the mustard police. You know, pesky mustard police. It's okay, I just drank all the mustard out of their bodies, and they ain't doing so well. So I escaped the mustard prison, and then I went to go beat up Mustard Boy, but then I remembered, oh yeah, he was dead, so I couldn't. So I wondered if there's a ketchup boy. Is there a ketchup boy, or is there a ketchup girl? Well, I looked for a girl, and she looked like she liked ketchup, so I grabbed her by the head and tore her head off, threw her into the mud, stomped her down, and you know, just how it goes. But I guess if you can really learn anything from all this, it's just that, you know, mustard is bad. Don't do mustard. Don't do mustard-related drugs. Don't do mustard crack, you know. So, Mustard Boy's dead, but whatever. He'll probably come back soon. And if I do have to go murder him again, you know what? I'll do it. I will murder Mustard Boy again. And it will be really fun. It probably won't be that fun. Whatever. So, yeah, Mustard Boy's dead. Oh, well. He's dead. Okay. Yeah, he's dead.